Hello everybody and welcome. This is Matt Patella, and today what we're going to do is discuss the level system. Okay, I would really appreciate a whole lot of questions in the chat, and we'll address everything that we can. But before we go demonstrating, the level system is, as you can see, written by Jeffrey Johnson. And the book is magnificently done. Great explanation. Jeffrey Johnson is a great drummer. He's a instructor at one of the colleges. He studied with Joe Morello, and he studied with Steve Fiddick, who is in the Navy band. And we're going to demonstrate and explain the level system. So here I am. Hello. I didn't loosen up or warm up, but that's okay. I'm going to turn off the air conditioner. And who is this? Some new people. Mr. Shark, how are you, sir? Glad to see you here. And who might be Drumology, okay. And Sharp. And okay, we're all together. The level system. First off, the level system is how we play. It's a natural way. And we all play that way whether we realize it or not. And it's a system, the way Jeffrey put it together or the way it was explained to me, it's just a natural approach. It's the laws of physics. And there's certain elements you need to learn or understand first before we go into the lesson itself. And that's sticking positions and sticking heights. Okay, let's start with the sticking heights and positions. This is called a full stroke position. Now if you notice, I'm going to try, I guess this way is cool. Okay. If you look at the stick, it's about, there you go, 90 degrees from the surface being here. How am I going to do this? Okay, nope, alright. 90 degrees from the surface. A half stroke is the next sticking position, which is half of that. And then you have the quarter stroke. Now we all use this. It's just a very natural way to play. Now that's sticking positions or sticking heights. The next are control strokes or the levels. The first one is a full stroke, a free stroke rather. This is the position. I still get it confused. This is the full stroke position. When I use it and I make contact on one surface like that, that's called a free stroke. All it is I throw the stick down and it rebounds back to where it began. Now, there's a few elements here of velocity, speed, and we're not going to be too concerned about that because the speed, it's like I throw the stick down fast and it comes back fast. If I throw it down like this, she kind of comes back, but nobody plays like that. Alright, so we just throw the stick down. That's called a free stroke. The next stroke is a downstroke. That takes me to the tap position. Okay? And if you notice, the full stroke and downstroke sound the same. The next stroke is a tap. It's coming down from that point back. I'm not doing anything. I'm controlling the stick. I just stop the stick there. When I go back to the free stroke position, I throw the stick down, it comes back. So actually, in reality, if you want to be scientific, my hand is faster than the stick because I have to have my hand back here to stop it. If not, it'll be all the way back here. So we have now the free stroke and the downstroke. They sound the same. The tap and now the upstroke puts me back in position for the tap, but for the downstroke, you can get about either free stroke or downstroke. So let's do that again. Free stroke, downstroke sound the same. The tap and the upstroke sound the same. Hold on a second, gentlemen. My computer keeps flashing. Let me see what that is. 1 second. Okay, I got it out of there. Now, what's the purpose? Let me give you an example of like the way you play. You're playing single strokes. And if you analyze that, they're coming down from the same spot. So my right hand and my left hand sound the same. Now, I mean, if I'm doing this, that sounds terrible because I have two sticking heights, unless I want it in an accent. So if I'm playing like this, and I want to play an accent, say that I'm in 16th note formation, 1 E and the 2, 3, and I want to put an accent on 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's two distinct sounds there. There's an accented note and an unaccented note. Now, I'm always putting myself in position. Whether I break it down or analyze it or do it slow, it's natural. If you get a little kid, 10 years old or whatever, picks up the drumsticks, and he'll probably hold them like this, and he'll play. You tell him to do this because he wants to copy you, and you tell him to hit 1 louder. He will naturally bring the stick up and come down. Maybe not as even as that, but he will bring the stick up and come down because the distance is going to give you a different sound. Obviously, from here or from here is two different sounds. And that's the sound we're trying to obtain. So if I broke down the single strokes like this and put an accent on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And I break that down in slow motion. And I tell you, which I usually do when I teach, what is occurring here is I start here. I'm actually starting here because I want to put the accent on the first stroke. So I would come down from the full stroke position to the half stroke position. That gives me my accent. The next one is going to be a left hand tap. The next one is going to be a right hand upstroke. And my next one is going to be a tap. So I'm back in position now to hit the accent. Down, tap, up, tap, down, tap, up, tap. Now, when I'm playing, I don't think about that. It's just natural. The reason why I teach the level system is to make you aware of how you naturally play. And by reinforcing what's natural makes you stronger. By breaking it down like this, 1, E, and the, 2, 3, 4. Now let's say I'm playing doubles. And I want to accent the first two rights. I start here. I'm back in position. So I'm counting 1, E, and the. That's maybe not a good demonstration or something to use for a demonstration. Let's take let's do the single strokes again. This time we're going to accent the 1 E, and we're not going to accent the and the. We're going to have 1 E and the. Okay, so what I have there, I'm going to start here. This is my starting position. 1 E. I play two accents, and the. Now I'm in position to attack again. Now when you're doing that, that's what's occurring. You're starting here. 1 E and the. Now a great book for that is Master Studies 1 by Joe Morello. And he gives you all kinds of combinations and sticking patterns with accents all over the place. And it's like a journey into the level system. The one video I just made the other day, or a couple of videos I just made with playing an eighth note like this and referencing from the stick control book, saying, okay, I want to accent just the counts of 1, 2, 3, 4. This is constant, 1 and 2, 3, and here's what goes on. 1, 2, strain, no tension, just an equal flow, a natural flow. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then you want to move the accent, say to the and, I'd have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I'm not thinking down, up, down, up. That shouldn't be up, sorry. But that's what's occurring. That's what I break down. Now, the levels are also used doing rudimental stuff and for dynamics. If I'm playing soft, if you have the book, you can open up, if you have the book itself, you can open up to, I believe it's page 15. Okay, we're going to talk about the dynamics. Changing dynamics. Okay, if I'm playing, say, the 16th notes, one measure, all right, one level. Let's say that's mezzo forte. Okay, so I'm just playing like so. So I want to go 1 E and 2 E and 3, 4. Now I want the next measure, I want to play the first 2 strokes as forte. You can consider it an accent. That's what I demonstrated before. 1 E and 2 E and unless you just want to hit the 2 accents. Okay, who else is here? James. All right, let's see. Okay, we're having problems with the refresh your page. Who's having problems? Hit reload and it should take you back. There you go. Alright, from this point, any questions? Now, you have to realize this is on one surface, whether you're playing a snare drum or your toms or whatever. And I'm gonna come back to the dynamic changes. What I want to do is talk about the ride cymbal pattern. No matter what you play, the level system is there. The straight ahead jazz pattern. Okay? If I take in triplet formation, I'm going to play it all in full strokes. And it's going to not sound the way it should, but I'm just going to demonstrate it in full strokes. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and again 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. Now if you play your ride cymbal like that, well, I'll tell you what, you're going to have to get another gig because they're never going to hire you back. That would sound terrible. So now we're going to talk about the full stroke in a different position. What I'm doing, let's say this is my ride cymbal now. And I usually turn my hand over like that, French. Okay? And my objective when I'm playing a straight ahead ride pattern, I want to get all 4 quarter notes start sounding the same. So I'm say a distance like this, I'm coming down like that. Now in reality what that is, yeah, they're half strokes, but I've changed my point, my starting point. I'm making this my full stroke position now. So I'm going to make all 4 quarter notes, 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and simple. And then that's playing on the ride cymbal, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to get the push. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now what happens there, instead of having a free stroke here, I have 1 is a free stroke, 2 is a downstroke, up 3, 4. Free stroke, down, up free stroke, down. Now what that gives me is all 4 notes, the quarter notes, sound the same. Now we're not playing an open time, we're not improvising, we're just doing the mechanics of a straight jazz pattern. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, free stroke, down, a free stroke, down. All quarter notes are sounding the same. That's the objective. Now, I've taught that many times, and I get a student coming here and he plays the right cymbal. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I said, inga da banga. Whoa, you're going to lose your gig, bro. You don't play like that. You want to be musical, and that's making it musical. Playing the 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the basic pattern. Down, a free stroke, down, a free stroke, down. Okay, any questions with that? Joseph Menzo, you okay? Everybody okay? Any questions on anything, gentlemen? So far? I like to have the questions because it's not a difficult lesson, but it's a very important lesson. You know, when you play, you don't think about the levels you play, but you are playing the levels. And remember, if you could analyze what you play technically, and you slow it down and work on it, the only thing that's going to happen is it's going to become stronger. Let's take a few of the diddles, utilizing the levels. Now, on page, number 5 in the stick control book, I believe that's page 5, you have a paradiddle sticking. Everything sounds the same. Now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, all coming down from the same spot. I want to go lower, piano, pianissimo, no accent. Now, I want to do a regular paradiddle with the single paradiddle rather, with the accent on the first stroke. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it way down. I can just demonstrate this, and that's not too fast yet. Okay, and what I just did there, if you were filming that and you played it back, but on the camera itself, you had a metronome and you put it down to maybe 10, if that's possible. Okay, so what happens when I play the paradiddle is this: a downstroke, because I want that accent. It's an upstroke, a tap, and a tap. Now notice when I did that, only one accent and three strokes were sounding the same. But the positioning I had to do to get in position to hit the next up and coming opposite accent. That's referred to as dit or dut. Sorry. Down, up. Now I'm exaggerating this. Now I get I watch a lot of it. Hold on, gentlemen. Hello. I hate that. Nobody answers. Okay. Where was I? I'm sorry. I see a lot of things on YouTube. These instructors, and there's nothing wrong, I'm not bashing no one, but they're demonstrating one way and they're playing another way, which I cannot come to understand. I see paradiddles like this. They start here and they go up, down, tap, tap, tap. I'm sorry, I can't even do it. They start here and they go down, tap, tap, tap. Then they come up after the fact. And that doesn't make any sense. Let me try doing that again. That's pretty hard. Come in here, down, tap, tap, tap. Then they come. You see the delay there? And they teach that. And then they demonstrate the paradiddle like that. Well, that's a good demonstration of the paradiddle, but what the concept or the approach was another thing. It's a waste of time. When you're playing a paradiddle and you want to get develop your speed, what you need to do, this is the position. Down, that's what's occurring. Up, tap, tap. Now I'm up before I'm going to nail the accent. That's my speed stroke. That puts me in position. It's down, up, tap, tap, down, 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 up, tap, tap. that's the way you play a paradiddle, alternating paradiddle, I refer to it. If I was to play, say, right, left, right, 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 left, right, right, which I refer to as a right-hand paradiddle. Then I refer to, if I'm just doing left-hand paradiddles, left, right, left, left. Okay? Now, something happens if I want to do a run of them. Let's say I want to do all rights, right-hand paradiddles. So it's going to be right, left, right, right. A different movement. I'm in position now to nail the accent. Down, tap, tap, up. Down, tap, tap, up. There is no molar, there is no whip, it's just snap of the wrist. And the stick comes up automatically. I throw down, I'm not coming up like this. That's pounding. And if you play like that, you're going to get a terrible sound out of your drum. And besides, you only can hit a drum so hard. After that, the sound just boom, dampens. So that's the object when you're doing a paradiddle. I also see guys doing this, putting their finger out and bringing it back. I don't know what that's about. I researched it, investigated, and if you think about that, when I throw the stick down and bring it back with my pinky closing, I'm actually using an additional muscle that I don't have to. I don't know what that is, what that's for. I just throw the stick down and follow it back. That's unnecessary in my opinion. So I kind of like eliminate that. I don't do that. I just throw the stick down, it comes back. I don't go like this. It doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I just need to take lessons and somebody explain that to me. What's the purpose of it? Because to me, I see no value in that. So, you know, the level is a natural thing, man. It's just all you're doing is coming down. I can come down like this. The faster I come down, the closer I have to be to the drum, because I don't have time to have the stick come all the way up here. And I'm still obtaining two different sounds. If I went like that, that's a lot of movement. You know, and I don't want to do that. It's not wrong. If you can do that and you want to work out, go lift some weights. 1, 2, 3, here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate some say 5-stroke rolls, 6-stroke rolls. But first, I would like to get to absolutely the question. The statement is the All-American Drummer. That's by Charlie Wilcoxon. Is definitely it is brilliant for getting your levels honest. If you really want to get it going on, and that's very difficult. It really is. You know, a lot of guys open it up and they want to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or whatever it might be. And it's so much easier if you analyze it and bring it down and play it slow, because it takes more control to play slower, and you develop a greater strength. And you know, talking about the All-American Drummer by Charlie Wilcoxon, that's the 150 Rudimental solos or the swing solos. Both of them are great books, and that's one book that Philly Joe Jones loved, and he plays some of those parts in there. He really swings that book. Really good book. And that is a journey. But before you venture into that, you should analyze what you're doing. For example, we're going to go to, say, for example, a 5-stroke roll. And I want to put an accent on the last stroke. Now, the sticking for a 5-stroke roll is right, right, left, left, right. Okay, and the last stroke of the group, of the double, is a single, and it gets accented like 1. Now, notice I have 2 sounds. My doubles all sound the same, whether I'm coming up in position to nail the accent. And I have the 1 accent. I'm going to play that slow, and I'm going to count that in 3, 4, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and. So I have 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, now what I'm doing is down, it's tap, up, tap, tap, down. in position. No, I'm not fighting with anything. I just make it flow naturally. And whether I'm playing it like this, that way it's still there. Again, the 5-stroke roll, slow. Tap, up, tap, tap, down. Tap, tap, up, yeah, down. Now I'm going to play it in 3/4. 1 and 2 and 3. And 1 and 2 and 3. And the more I practice that, the cleaner this gets. Because I'm reinforcing what's natural. Now, this I get a lot of grief all the time. My attitude, rudimental solos, okay. There's 11 people watching, only one guy is interacting. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, I get a lot of feedback on this that giving me a bunch of noise. You know, rudimental drumming, it comes from two schools. I mean, the rudimental drumming, first off, it's a language that drum lines have. Could you imagine having 10 drummers in a snare line saying, okay, play 2 rights, 2 lefts, and a right, go ahead. They look at you like you're a nut. So you have to develop a language, and you call that the 5-stroke roll. Or if you play a 6-stroke roll, now this is where I get the feedback that's, you know, they want to come and shoot me. The original, the way a 6-stroke roll is written is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Like so. I should be up. Anyway, you could put 2 notes in the front and the double in the back. It depends on what you're doing. And that's only one school. Like this is a paradiddle, the double paradiddle, which is alright. That's labeled. It's like, you know, rudiments or rudimental or rudiments of anything is the beginning. So you learn a language to communicate. Like I said, you have the drum line. You don't go right, right, left, left, right. Go ahead, guys. See, I play some 5-stroke rolls in such and such a formation, and they'll do that. It's the language. Now, the other school, there's only 3 rudiments. Singles, doubles, and flams. Forget about the drag, the duples, or whatever. The 3 rudiments. And every rudiment that you play is a combination of singles or doubles. Or if you play flam rudiments, flam taps, Swiss Army triplets, it's a flam, a double. Well, if you're the Swiss Army triplet, flam, a single, single, or tap, or whatever. That's the school. So you can come from any school, but the levels, the execution remains the same. Now, I'm going to do the 6-stroke roll, and I'm going to play as like they have on the charts. You know, instead of 26 basic rudiments, now there's 40 rudiments. And I get very confused. So I figure, well, let me take the short road out here and just play 3 rudiments and combine them and make them whatever they are. Now, whether you realize it or not, in the stick control book, the first 5 lines, the first 4 lines, are your basic rudiments, singles and doubles. The 5th line you come to is a combination of singles and doubles. That's the first hybrid rudiment you learn. A hybrid means a combination of various rudiments. Okay, so now, 6-stroke roll. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And I'm in position. 1. It's a simple notation. It's a quarter note, 2 8 notes, another 2 8 notes, and an accent. My hands automatically come up to nail it. That's a natural approach. Okay? If I do double paradiddles, I'm going to do that in 6/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to place an accent on the first note of the double paradiddle. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm in position to alternate it now. Come up with the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No matter what speed you take it at, this is what's occurring. Same thing with the triple paradiddle, paradiddle diddle. Like I said before, the one book these gentlemen should want to get into is the Master Studies, and that Master Studies develops you to develop it's a journey into the level system. If you have the book, no more questions. Okay, more questions, please. More questions. Rudimental solos, Charlie Wilcoxon. All right. The same thing if I'm playing. One of the first exercise, I probably even forgot how to do it. It's been a year since I've done this. When I went to Joe Morello to understand the levels, he took a triplet and he made me accent the first note of the triplet for one measure, and then on the second measure I moved the accent over. I permutated it to the and of the triplet, then to the da of the triplet, then back. Like one and the, two and the, three and the, four and the, I'm sorry, that was wrong. I'm sorry, four and the, one and the, two and the, three and the, four and the, one and the, two and the, three and. So I moved it over. I have not practiced that in a long time, and I apologize. But that's a good exercise. I'm taking the triplet. A little sloppy there, but it's a good exercise. Now, like I said before, let's get back to dynamics. We all should know our dynamics. You know, pianissimo, piano, mezzo forte, mezzo piano, forte, fortissimo, and fortissimo. Now, where this comes into view, and it's a great book, is Portraits in Rhythm by Rick Cerrone. And that's a good journey for this and the levels. But it's a very advanced book. And that book, believe it or not, I know it's not Rick Cerrone's fault, but there's a lot of mathematical mistakes in that book. So you have to go over that and fix them. But there's definitely dynamic changes immediately, like loud to soft, getting the position to nail it. It's very difficult. It's a good book, but I would highly recommend at first either Accents and Rebounds, I forgot to mention that, sorry gentlemen, or Joe Morello's Master Studies. Now, I stay with the stick control book, and I utilize the system, the natural system, which is the level system by Jeffrey, okay? And then you can come up with your own exercises. For example, the grid. If I want to do the grid is a grouping of 4 notes, and I'm going to play an accent, the first downbeat, 1 eanda, on the 1. On the second downbeat, 2 eanda, I'm going to move over the accent to the E, and the third downbeat to the and to the fourth downbeat to the da. So I have 1 E and da, 2 E and da, 3 E, 1 E and da, 2 E and da, 3 E. How does that go? 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1. Something like that. I'm sorry. I'm just like the screen is driving me crazy. Let me do that again. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1. Now you see it to the 4 E and the. I can't. Both hands are up. So I have 1 E. I'm sorry. 1 E and the. I'm in position now to hit the E. 2 E and the. 3 has to come up. I'm in position to hit the and the. 4 E and the. Now I'm back. 1, E, and the 2, E, and the 3, E, and the 4, E, and the 1. And you can do that with the whole stick control book. Now I'm really rusty on some of these things, and it's very difficult. Trust me, I have 2 computers going. There's a bit of a delay, and I hit the drum and I look at the screen, and then all of a sudden I hit it, the sound comes out. So please bear with me. But anyway, I need some questions, gentlemen. Please. I can send some PDF sheets with this, you know, demonstrating the levels with the accents or the triplet. And if you guys want them, you can email me. I will put you on my emailing list, my mailing list, and you will be informed. Well, first of all, you'll get the PDFs. You will be informed about what's going on with me and my site, and sites rather, I could say. And I have some nice things coming up, and some, hold on. I think I need new glasses. Okay. And that's my email. If you want the PDFs with the accent, with the what you call the level underneath it, whether it's a downstroke, whether it's a tab, whether it's an upstroke. What's that? Can I demonstrate how levels have to be reduced when playing at speed? Okay. I think I understand what you want. I mean, if I'm here, I'm close to the drum. Now, if I want, I'm playing, I guess you could say piano. Now, if I want to go to forte, my sticks have to go up higher. Go back. What I'm doing is I'm taking one dynamic marker to the next. And yeah, my sticking heights have to change. But, you know, to play single strokes here, it's doable, but it's ridiculous, man. It's a workout. You know, if I'm playing like this, that's one level, one sound. Now, I want to play this one measure, one measure piano, the next measure forte. That I should establish that as piano. Now I'm going to do a 16th note. 1 E and a 2, 3, 4. I just go up and down, up and down. Does that help, Mr. James? Now you could play, you could shorten that and say 16th notes and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a. The first 1 E and a would be piano, 2 E and a would be fortissimo, back and forth, like so. That's a lot of work, man. Is that what we're talking about? I hope that's sort of demonstrated it. Is there anything else? Like if I'm playing, for example, did everybody first of all understand that jazz pattern? It's difficult to demonstrate that on a drum pad. What I'm going to do, starting next month, I'm going to open up my live online lesson site and continue this lesson on the drum set. Okay, playing different dynamics and demonstrating that ride cymbal pattern. That ride cymbal pattern is very, very important. You don't want to play that ride cymbal unless you specify to play it that way. You know, sounding like a march, like da, ba da, ba da, ba da. That sounds kind of terrible if it doesn't swing. Like I said, it's this. The quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We'll get into that. Is there any questions on anything? Questions coming once, coming twice. I'm just, first off, just to get you updated on what's occurring. Next month in October, we're going to have Mark Walker. I hope this is D-Dub, no. Mark Walker and Mike Clark, and I believe this is how you pronounce his name, Ari, A-R-I, Hojan, will be doing a live show on my site. And these guys are really great drummers, man. You know, right now, Mark Walker's in Japan, Mike Clark's in California, and Ari is, I think A-R-I, that's how his name is. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but I apologize. He's like, you know, playing every night of the week in New York City, which is great. And I really respect him because he has a totally different, oh, I respect everybody, but he has a totally different kind of approach, okay, than most musicians. And it's very unusual, and it's great, man. So we're going to have them, and we're going to have Rob Wallace. He's from Hudson Music. They distribute all the DVDs and all instructional books. And he'll be here demonstrating, you know, on the drum set and talking and whatever. And we're going to have door prizes for each event. And the way I work the door prizes, when you do come into the chat, I give you a number, and then towards the end of the broadcast, I'll pick a number from a hat, and if your number is whatever, you win whatever. So that's going to be 3 for the September and October, and we're working on November and December. Now, everybody's leaving. Okay, sorry. Don't forget now, if anybody would like the PDFs, give me a holler on my email, and I'll send them to you. And I do apologize, I wasn't as prepared as I should have been, or organized as I should have been. I was more or less improvising on the levels. Okay, here's the question for those who are not in the chat. There is a point when a downstroke immediately followed by a tap with the same hand turns into perpetual motion or a rebound. Do you have any specific exercises for working on this? Well, first off, Stanton Moore. Okay, well, he's hard to get. Anyway, perpetual motion. Perpetual means something that never stops. Okay, now, I do have the exercises, and there's a video on YouTube with just using the one hand with the accents. This time I'm going to do it in triplets. I know, it's actually better to do it in eighth notes first. And when I'm doing this, I say, all right, I'm referencing off the stick control book. My hand is playing eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This is continuous. Now, if I want to put an accent on the counts of 1, 2, 3, 4, which I do, as I take line 1 as a reference and just play all the rights, eliminate the lefts, and play the rights as the accent. So what I do have there is a accent and an upstroke. All right, yeah. Is that what you follow by a tap? What was that? All right, we'll get to that in a second. This is the basic. Now that's not perpetual, that's constant. The difference between perpetual is it's never ending. Now one line that you want to do, which is I think is referring to what you're doing, is two accents, a and a tap, then an upstroke. Is that what you're looking for, drumology? I have free stroke, downstroke, tap, and up. And if that's what you're looking for, I'll continue. Is that what you're looking for, gentlemen? Mr. Drumology. Free stroke, downstroke, tap, up. Well, I don't call them pullouts, but okay. The control stroke is what you control. If I take a stick, now here's the question. Okay, good. I'm glad I helped you out. All right, it might be worth going through the physics of a control stroke. Pullouts. I don't know why it's called a pullout. I don't want to even go there. The physics, and this was the beginning of the lesson. All right, I throw the stick down, the stick comes right back. That's the full stroke. Now, when I throw the stick and keep it down, that's a control stroke. I just stopped the stick. I prevented the stick from coming back. So I obtained two sounds. Free stroke, downstroke. Now, when I stop it, I don't grab the stick tight, I stop it. I have as much tension here as I do here, which is none. I have just enough tension so I could hold on to the stick and control it. And that does not interfere with the flow of relaxation. The tap is just a throwdown. I had Daniel Glass here, that's funny. He studied with Freddie Gruber. And he calls this a throw down and a throw up. This phone is going to go in the garbage. Hello. Yeah, hello. I'm speaking, but I'm in the middle of something, so I cannot talk. Could you call back later? Thank you. That was the publisher clearinghouse. I won $5,000 a week. Anyway, I'm throwing down, and I'm throwing down and holding it down. That's the physics. I throw down from here, and I still stop it, as if it were here. But I'm throwing down from here, so I stop it from going any further. The upstroke is from here to get into the full stroke position, like so. That allows me, if I'm doing a triplet, one, and I'm always putting myself in position. It's no molar. I don't know what a pull-out is. Can you explain, Mr. Sharp, what a pull-out is? I never thought about it that way. No molar, because I don't even know what molar is. You know, if you really studied molar and you researched molar, the book that he published, The Molar System, was not what he wanted to publish. They just published it. Okay? Now, if you ever see a real molar grip, see how you're holding a stick like this? Well, the real molar grip was like a baseball bat, like that. And the left hand, the way you hold in a traditional, like so, that's how he held it. Not Sanford Molar himself, but that's what they call the molar system. All right, well, you can call it a pull out like that. You're pulling, I guess you're pulling the drum, the stick away from the drum. I refer to it like, you know, I said Daniel Glass studied with Freddie Gruber, and Freddie Gruber called it a throw up, which is, I think, is pretty disgusting. Not that he's wrong, I just think the term. You know, you throw down, you throw up. Okay, and I guess you can call it a pull out, like so, because you're taking the stick away from the drum to get into position. But while I take it, it's just not that I take it out, I make contact on the way up. So it's a tap, it's an upstroke, but when I come up with the upstroke, I bring it back. I don't waste any energy. It's the free stroke. If I was taking a triplet, for example, and I want to play, I'm thinking of the triplet as one ender, two ender, three ender, four ender. Okay? And I'm going to accent the one end, the two end, the three end, four end, and I'm going to make the does an upstroke, downstroke, up. There's three strokes there. There's the free stroke, downstroke, and upstroke. And if you want to put a tap in there, you can. You go one, E, and da. Whatever you decide. I'm going to send some PDFs. And I never heard that term before, pull outs. There's so many different terms out there. Pull out is just, to me, a upstroke. And I just can't get into this. See that pinky? I don't know what that's about. To me, when I go like that, I use an extra muscle in there, creates tension. I'm just flowing, I'm going with the stick. When I dribble a basketball, I don't go like this. You know, I just throw the stick down and it comes back. I don't know what that is. Perhaps somebody can help me. It was maybe one of those discussions that I think you were in, Mr. Sharp. And we were talking about the Sanford molar system, and it was with you and Colin, and I think Jim Chapin was involved, and also I think Don Famularo got involved. We sort of had a little falling out about the molar system, and you know, I think it's kind of ridiculous. It's just, you know, they call it the stone, they call it the molar, whatever you want to call it. To me, all it is the laws of physics. That's all it is. For every action, there's an opposite reaction. But I control that stroke. I threw it down and followed it back and stopped. That's a controlled stroke. If I throw the stick down and don't control it, she'll wind up on the other side of the room. See? Does this make sense to everybody? Now, tonight at 8 o'clock, I think, James, you're from England? Is that where you're from? The UK? And Brian, yeah, Stanton Moore is very difficult to come by. All right? And plus, you know, what I was doing all day today with these guests calling their sponsors. I did DW, Sabian, Yamaha, Remo, Evans, Latin Percussion, and they all get support. You're living with the enemy. I guess, what are you, married? Okay. Anyway, it's time for me to close it up, gentlemen. I'm going to be back tonight at 8 o'clock and be better prepared for this. It was more like a dry run, and we're going to get into a whole lot of dynamics. All right? Is there any more questions before I close up? And remember, if you guys want, hey, Renzo, you coming back tonight at 8 o'clock, Renzo? And before I close up, any questions? And remember, email me, and I'll put some PDFs together for you guys. And I might even make a video on it. Hey, drumology, that's Ron, correct? Is that you, Ron? Sure. I'll put in all the drum groups. No problem. Send me the link. I have no problem with that at all. And Mr. Drumology, is that Ron? Okay. Ron, you're in New Jersey. You went to Glenn Weber's drum shop yesterday? They had a clinic? Was that you? Well, anyway, can you contact me through, I guess, Facebook for now? And what I'm looking for, if you would be interested in, I'm looking for some help with all those 12 groups with 20,000, 25,000 people. I need another administrator. If you're interested, give me a holler. So with that being said, gentlemen, I'm going to need to close down. I hope somehow I made it a little bit better and a little bit more understanding. So have a good day. Email me for the PDFs.